We've been busy this morning. I didn't get everything done I wanted to get done, but I still got things to do. We took all the wire down over at the pond where the rabbits were. And we brought it over here next to around the greenhouse. It goes all the way around the rabbit cages. It goes all the way around the back side of the greenhouse and comes out around here. And the rabbits are loving it. They got all that high weeds and stuff I want to get cleaned up around the greenhouse.
And the guinea pigs
before winter.
Guinea pigs are there too.
Guinea pigs in underneath here. But you can see they're having a blast running around.
Why do the
They're even chewing my horseradish down.
Why do these electric fences? If you have bunnies, you know what I mean?
This is 2x4 wire, rolled wire, and it's heavy duty. You don't have to worry about it falling down. I drove fence posts about probably every 8 or 10 feet apart, and I just took a piece of wire and one piece of wire, wired it up the middle just to hold the fence up so the wind doesn't blow it down. And it holds up pretty good. You only have to move it. Well, I'll probably have to move this fence again probably and take it down and move it over somewhere else.
In about a week.
In about probably 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks, depending on how hungry they are.
There's a lot of grass and weeds in this one, so it might take them 3 weeks. But that's going to save me from. You see that little tree there growing up alongside the greenhouse. Once I get all this cleaned up, I can just take the loppers and lop them right off and lay them right down. They can eat the leaves and the bark off that. And when they get all done doing their cleaning mess, I can get that cage out of there. Everything will go in I've got a piece of wire that goes all the way in a circle, and I put all my dried up leaves and weeds and everything else in there, and then I burn it maybe once a month. But they're going to help clean the mess up, which is just as good as having a goat or a sheep in a fence. And I'm saving by not running electric fence or the solar powered fence when I could just keep reusing this wire by pulling up the stakes and rolling the wire back up and rolling it out where I need it.
Plus they're eating the horseradish.
Yeah, they'll eat that horse.
Really want them to eat that
I like the horseradish, but if they eat the tops off, they're not disturbing the roots.
Right.
So you still got the horseradish roots. If you want to, what you have to do is you have to dump that horseradish. We have our horseradish in those big buckets, the big black buckets that you see maybe trees in at the nurseries. It's probably a 30-gallon pot, and I've got my horseradish in that. I've had it in there for 3 years, and we eat the horseradish leaves because they're great in salad. You get them before the bugs start eating holes in them. When they're young and tender, they're really good. And as they get older, they have little white flowers that blossom, and the bees love those, so it's kind of like it's working out for everybody. The rabbits will eat the tops off these now that the leaves are getting old, and the root systems can start again next spring. So we just wanted to show you what we're doing to make this little backyard farm dual purpose when you can't get to your weeds and your weeds are all overpowering you when you're trying to get other projects done. Just put a little fence around whatever you're going to do and release some rabbits.
And you don't have to really worry about the hawks and everything like a chicken.
You've got places they can get underneath here. They can get into the weeds. The hawks aren't going to get them. These guys are pretty fast. If you lose one, well, there's not much you can do about it. The owls will take some out, but if they're hiding, there's no way an owl's going to get to them, as long as they're not running around at night.
Plus we have all the cats and dogs, which help keep them.
And we've been trying to beat the rainstorms. The clouds have been. This is our rainy season, from middle of September to right on till November. So these are little projects. I can't really do anything when the grass is all wet, because then your feet are soaked and then you get sick and everything else. So I try to do all this while it's dry, And I do inside projects when it's wet, like cleaning barns and the garage and things like that, which have also been on the back burner because I've been trying to get the projects for the summer taken care of. I still have to tear down that fence that's collapsed from last winter, and I'm going to refurbish that. You're not really a backyard farm unless you're recycling everything that you're doing. And I bought this page wire back when, or this rolled wire back when I had the geese. And when I got done with the geese, because the geese were all down through there, if you remember, right? Mm-hmm. And I just took down the poles and rolled the wire back up and set the wire to the side.
If you look at some of our older videos, you'll see our geese in some of those, because we raised, what were they called?
Chinese geese.
Chinese geese. We had some Chinese geese here.
I had some Toulouse geese too.
Mm-hmm. So you can see some
Gray Toulouse.
If you're interested in raising geese.
So we had chickens running loose with them geese too, remember?
Yep, we had a bunch of chickens and the geese ran together.
Yeah.
And where did we get those chickens? Oh, we got them at the auction because we...
Yeah, they said that they were...
Leghorns, I think, maybe.
No, they said they were white rocks, and they weren't.
They were chicks or something, and...
They were just little yellow chicks, and we went by what they said they were, and they weren't what they said they were. I thought that they were Cornish cross, and they weren't. But that's okay. I'll get my Cornish cross through Tractor Supply. Between Ruthie and I, we only probably need about 15 of them to get us through the season, plus our turkeys and whatever Brahmas we butcher in the season.
Probably more than
more than we need, but
the dog thinks these are new animals.
We're not out to raise all this stuff and sell it.
Come here, boy. Come on, baby.
We're a backyard farm, and we're growing stuff for ourselves. Our vegetables, our animals. And I'm using my animals to clean up my yard. And the yard's been looking a lot better now, except for I haven't got the grapevines cleaned up yet because we worked on this project this morning. And it's almost 2 o'clock now. I might be able to get them raked up and put into my burning pile before the rain hits. And we've been fighting this rain clouds for about 2 hours now, and it hasn't rained, so we've been lucked out pretty good. Alright, this is Clay and Ruthie from Popel's Backyard Farm. We just wanted to show you, you buy a roll of wire and a few fence posts, and
we've been really happy with this result.
Yeah, because
it's like a week with 4 rabbits,
and
they just take it all down.
This keeps the rabbits in and the dogs and cats out. So it works
Our cats haven't even tried to jump the fence or nothing. And we've got 7 cats right now.
Cats don't seem to bother the rabbits.
They don't care.
They'd rather bother the pheasants.
yeah, they were always... They haven't really bothered
They don't really
anybody.
do much to them either, but they just lay around the outside of the cage and watch the pheasants.
Branch, the dog, he just thinks that every time you move, push your branch, kill yourself, boy.
Alright, this is Clay and Ruthie from Popel's Backyard Farm.
Yes, baby.
Hope you enjoyed the video and join us again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.